Who wants the Pakistani Prime Minister dead? You may have all read the news about how a miscreant got into the bedroom of the Prime Minister's house. Is that even possible? Well, it turns out that the person claiming to be from the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan managed to escape this security cordon and made it all the way up to the bedroom. He had on him rifles, guns, and also poison, perhaps knives, what have you. So this begs the question, did he have inside help? And if so, who is it that is making all these things possible? Who has it in for the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shehbaz Sharif? Right now, the state that Pakistan is in, if you have an assassination also, it can make things go really ugly. They are contemplating having some sort of a national specialist government with bureaucrats and so on and so forth. Nothing clear yet, but they are really going through a lot of churn at this point of time. I also have a surprise news at the end of this slideshow. So here we go. Enjoy the ride. I am thinking that this whole thing may have something to do with Lieutenant General Faiz Hamid. Who is Faiz Hamid? He was the ex-ISI chief. Remember that Afghanistan point when the United States left in the dark of night and this person was seen having a cup of tea, having landed in Kabul, and allegedly he did not have the permission of General Bajwa to fly to Kabul? That person. Well, what happened after that? After that, he was moved as a corps commander of Peshawar, and it was thought that either he or the next ISI chief, Lieutenant General Nadeem Anjum, might succeed General Bajwa as the COAS. Turned out that it was Asim Munir who succeeded him, and Faiz Hamid has actually now retired, and he said that he's going to be active in the politics of the country. This is what we heard last. Now, is it possible that having worked with TTP, any version of Taliban is actually a creation of Pakistan, and since this person, Faiz Hamid, was in the army as well as the ISI for several years, it's very much possible he knows every person there is to know in the Taliban rank and file. So is it possible that he's the one who has been making it easy for the TTP to attack and foment some sort of a civil war? What's happening today? Shehbaz Sharif is finding it very, very difficult to hold the government together. There's no money, there's no atta, there's no chawal, there is no nothing. So at this point of time, what would anyone gain by assassinating the Prime Minister? So that is the big question. Next, what about Imran Khan? Imran Khan has been refusing to go to the court, but slowly but steadily he has been dragged into the court. He in fact appeared there with a bulletproof bucket over his head. Very, very interesting way to go to the court. But one can understand that he thinks that he might also get assassinated. These are all things that are happening to try and create a civil war-like situation. So we have to guess who it is that might be doing all these things. Remember, the person who is doing it must still have enough gravitas to be able to pull the army back behind him so that the country can continue to, recover and then continue to move. The same person should have some sort of a hold with America and China to say, nothing wrong, I've got everything under control, we will move ahead. Is that the person that we are talking about? Lieutenant General Faiz Hamid? Is he the person? Well, we don't know, only time will tell, but let me tell you all the other things that are happening in Pakistan. The judiciary is bitterly divided, with the Chief Justice of Pakistan seen as being an Imran sympathizer. For some time, his brother was in the party of Imran Khan. Now, we also have to wonder who leaked Bajwa's steamy videos. So that again brings us back to the ISI connection. Somebody who's an ISI might have kept tabs. So it's possible. Now, Parliament and Judiciary are now at loggerheads, one telling the other to do this, and the Parliament pushing back. The most important thing is one of these entities wants elections to be held in Punjab, but there is no money to conduct elections. And lastly, this is the most interesting thing, very few media outlets have picked this up. Gilgit-Baltistan Assembly has unanimously passed a resolution welcoming the reopening of Pakistan-China trade via the Khunjerab Pass from April, because now the snow has thawed, and termed it a positive step to increase trade. Most importantly, the pact says that Pakistan will trade with Chinese yuan. So, picture the situation. China starts giving loans to Pakistan, but the loans are not in dollars but in Chinese yuan. Now, they can say, well, Saudi Arabia is accepting yuan, so why don't you go and pay them some of the yuan and get oil for that? The question there is, will Saudi Arabia accept yuan from Pakistan? Because there's a difference between getting it from China versus Pakistan. Same goes for Iran also. What it is believed is the agreement that KSA and Iran have signed with China is a digital renminbi backed by the gold. So in other words, let's say that China paid say 4 billion yuan to Iran, and Iran says, well, I don't want to take it in yuan, I want to take it in gold, then they would be obligated to pay. I believe that this was already test run once just to make sure that everything is working from end to end. So in other words, Iran has done some trade where they got yuan and then they converted that into gold equivalent. Now, the interesting thing here is as the gold price shoots up, then they are going to get less and less gold for the yuan that they have in their hand. That's an interesting dynamic in itself. So the question remains, who is it that is instigating all these things in Pakistan? Is it one person, one country, one cabal, one group, or the usual suspect, George Soros? Nobody knows, but I'm sure things will start coming out in the open in very short time. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button